Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lush Gardener. I hope you guys are fine and are safe at home. So guys, today's topic is based on summer. So guys, to be honest, I was quite hesitant to make a video on this topic because the temperatures do differ from city to city. Some cities have cooler temperatures even in summer, while some cities have really high temperatures. Now guys, whenever I tend to make any video or whenever I try to give any information in my video, what I tend to do is I tend to either experiment or try to get some experience before providing any kind of information. So this video is little tricky for me because I have not experienced that kind of temperature what you have been experiencing in your city. So a lot of people were asking me to make a video on summer, hence I'm making this video. Now guys, there are certain things that I will be telling you in this video, so don't be demotivated or don't feel discouraged, because there would be certain succulents or there would be a lot of variety of succulents that wouldn't survive in high temperatures, especially hybrid succulents. Anything temperature that rises above 40 degrees, the hybrid succulents will not be able to thrive or will not be able to grow healthy. Most probably these succulents will tend to die when the temperatures reach 40 plus. So guys, don't be demotivated. I will give you certain tips what you can follow. Now again guys, it's all depending upon your judgment and the type of care that you're giving. It all depends upon that. Now guys, before we go ahead with the video, I'll give you some information on the natural habitat of succulents, where they tend to grow. Now guys, I am not sure about the exact temperatures in the daytime, what the temperatures reach up to, but there are studies that say that during the day the temperatures do rise up, but at night the nights get very cooler, the temperature tends to drop down. Now this is the type of environment succulents tend to thrive, because I have noticed that, because in my city in Bangalore the temperatures are quite similar to that. Now the temperatures that I receive in Bangalore during summers is around, the maximum is 35 to 36 degrees Celsius, but during nights the temperatures fall down to 24 to 26 degrees Celsius. So you can see guys, this is the type of environment, or this is the type of temperature they tend to like, because I have noticed that my succulents have been thriving. They still retain that color even during the summers. So guys, the next few images that you're going to see are the temperatures of different cities. That is why guys, I was little hesitant in making a video on this topic, because guys, the temperatures differ a lot from city to city. But I'll try to give as much as information I can give related to this topic. So guys, next are the few screenshots of the temperatures in different cities. Bangalore is my city that I'm currently living in, and you can see the temperatures. Now I've taken Mumbai and Delhi as an example because Mumbai is a coastal area and Delhi is a non-coastal area. But guys, as you can see, this is around morning temperatures. You can see there is so much of difference in the temperature. Now this temperature was in the afternoon. Again, you can see there is so much of difference in the temperature. Now the last one comes as the night temperature. Now as you can see guys, the Bangalore temperature has been changing quite a lot, but the other city temperatures remain the same. So guys, as you notice that the Bangalore temperatures was little high during the daytime, but at night the temperatures did fall, which was not the same with other cities. Now these are few of my hybrid succulents. Now guys, hybrid succulents might not be able to survive if the temperatures tend to rise above 40 degrees Celsius. Now you might have a question that some time ago I said that succulents tend to grow in high temperatures. Now guys, those succulents were natural succulents that were growing in their natural habitat. However, most of the hybrid succulents are man-made or are artificially grown in nurseries. Now it all depends where these nurseries are. Maybe the nurseries are in countries that tend to have low temperatures, or maybe they have colder conditions. So what happens is, when these succulents or hybrids tend to come into a new environment, because hybrid succulents are man-made, are artificial, they tend to have very low immunity, or they tend to be very weak. So when they try to adapt to a new environment, most of the hybrid succulents do not make it. So guys, that was about hybrid succulents. Now let's understand what we can do with succulents that we already have, how we can save them from direct sunlight. Now guys, this is one of my succulent that was burnt due to strong sunlight. Now guys, imagine with 32 degrees Celsius of sunlight, the succulent was burning. So you can imagine what's going to happen to succulents if the temperature is above 40 degrees Celsius. But guys, as you can see that the new leaves have started to come. Because I was not able to get hold of this green net because of the lockdown, hence this succulent had to suffer. But as soon as I started shading it up with this green net, you can see there is a lot of new leaves that have been coming up. Now guys, there is another mistake that a lot of people do is the moment when they see a succulent that is getting affected like this, what people tend to do is they tend to remove it out from the place thinking that the succulent is getting rotted. Now when you tend to do this guys, the succulent gets affected even more and it might even die. So whenever you have a case like this, just make sure that you shade that succulent, but do not move that succulent from that place because that succulent is trying to revive back. Now guys, if your succulents are outside during the summers, it's very important that you have to have this kind of green net. Now there are a lot of benefits with green net. One is that it tends to give shade for your succulents. At the same time, it gives an indirect light to succulents to grow. Also, to some extent, it tends to cut down the heat which the succulents do not like. So guys, please make sure whenever you have your succulents outside in the balcony, please make sure you cover them with a shade like this. Now guys, a lot of people who do not have the green net, because it's going to be difficult to get hold of it right now in the current situation, what you can do is you can place your succulents in the shade. Now guys, over here my succulents have been placed in the shade, but you can see my succulents are still intact. There is no stretching of succulents because guys, you can see that even though it's kept in the shade, you can see the sunlight is still present. Now the sunlight is going to come up till this rod that I have kept. You can see how intact and compact my succulents are, but the only disadvantage with this is that the succulents will not get that color which they get when there is direct sunlight falling on them. Now over here you can see the succulents actual color is this red, but because it was not getting that proper light, it has turned green in color. But guys, most important thing is that it is getting protected from the harsh sunlight that tends to fall during summer. So guys, you have to have a place like this wherein the proximity of sunlight is very close to the succulent but is not falling on the succulent. Only in this way you can avoid the succulent from getting stretched. Now guys, all this information was for people who have average summer temperatures, but what about the people who have temperatures that rise above 40 degrees Celsius? Please don't be discouraged guys. As I said, I'll give you a small tip wherein you will have to take certain efforts in order to save your succulents. Now guys, in this tip you will be able to even grow hybrid succulents, but you'll have to do a little bit of work. But I'm not sure whether it will be possible right now because of the current situation and because of the lockdown. Now guys, in Western countries as well, people have extreme weather, they have extreme conditions, but they do not have extreme summer. The extreme winters that they face, wherein the temperatures tend to go below minus, they tend to experience snowfall and frost. Now a lot of succulents do not work very well with frost and snowfall, hence they tend to get their succulents indoor. Now guys, getting succulents indoor is not all the thing that you have to do. They'll have to do a little extra work. Now you'll have to place your succulents in an well lit area. Either you receive direct or indirect sunlight. Now guys, as I said that succulents do not survive in indoor places because they lack sunlight. So you have to place it in a well lit area. Now what if there is no direct or indirect sunlight, or if you have a room that does not get enough sunlight? Now guys, remember, light is very important. Getting your succulent indoor will not solve the problem completely. Yes, your succulents will be safe from extreme heat, but when you place them indoor, there has to be enough sunlight. Now if you do not get enough sunlight guys, you'll have to purchase something called as grow lights, which you will find online. Now guys, as I said, in Western countries, a lot of people tend to get their succulents indoor because of snowfall, and there is a lot of lack of sunlight, due to which a lot of people tend to grow their succulents under grow lights. Now guys, this is how the grow light looks like. Now I can't give you more information on this because I do not have an experience of growing succulents under grow lights. But guys, you will find a lot of articles and videos based on how to use grow lights. The only tip that I can give you is, if your grow light has a high intensity, you'll have to hang them away from your succulents so that they do not get burnt with the intensity of light and heat. So guys, this would work out very well if you have lack of sunlight in your house. Now guys, these grow lights are available online. You can just check them out. So guys, that's all for today. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please consider subscribing to my channel. Until then, take care, stay safe, bye bye.